the principle of equality between women and men is not only a social ideal in the Baha'i Faith. It is a spiritual imperative foundational to the unity and advancement of humanity. The Baha'i Faith places the equality of women and men at the very heart of its teachings, presenting this principle as essential for the progress of individuals and the transformation of society. This principle is not a mere political or social stance, but is rooted deeply in the spiritual reality that all human beings are created noble, with equal capacity to reflect divine attributes and contribute meaningfully to the world. Bahá'u'lláh, the founder of the Baha'i Faith, declared that women and men have been and will always be equal in the sight of God. This is a radical affirmation emerging from a 19th century context where women's roles were often limited and their rights restricted. It signifies a spiritual truth that transcends time and culture. Seen as complementary partners, women and men are called to work together harmoniously, each bringing unique qualities, talents, and perspectives. The equality of the sexes is fundamentally linked to the principle of unity that permeates Baha'i teachings, where division and prejudice are obstacles to the realization of a peaceful and just global society. The world of humanity has two wings, one is women and the other men. Not until both wings are equally developed can the bird fly, explained Abdu'l-Baha, the son of Bahá'u'lláh and appointed interpreter of his teachings. This metaphor powerfully illustrates the necessity of the full empowerment and recognition of women as instrumental to the advancement of civilization. Historically, the Baha'i community has actively championed education for girls and women, recognizing education as a pivotal means of empowerment and a prerequisite to meaningful equality. The writings stress that without the education of women, no true advancement can be made in society. Beyond education, Baha'i teachings emphasize that economic participation, social and political inclusion, and involvement in community decision-making processes are critical aspects of equality. Gender equality is framed not as a competition, but as a cooperative and balanced partnership. The elimination of gender-based prejudice is a moral duty. Prejudice is seen as a destructive force that impairs the soul and obstructs collective progress. The Baha'i writings encourage the cultivation of virtues such as justice, mutual respect, and consultation between women and men to foster understanding and collaboration. In the broader context of global challenges, this principle is increasingly recognized as essential to peace-building and sustainable development. Baha'i communities worldwide endeavor to integrate this principle into local realities, illustrating practical approaches such as promoting family life based on mutual respect, encouraging women's participation in local and national institutions, and addressing cultural habits that perpetuate inequality. Moreover, the Baha'i teachings emphasize that changes in laws and social structures should be accompanied by transformations in the hearts and minds of individuals. Spiritual growth and the dismantling of deep-seated biases are necessary to realize authentic equality. Women's spiritual contributions and leadership within the faith are also notable examples of the principles in action, with several women serving on Baha'i administrative bodies and initiatives globally. This reflects the lived reality of equality beyond theoretical statements. In summary, equality of women and men in the Baha'i Faith is a dynamic principle that integrates spirituality, social justice, education, and community life. It calls for the elimination of prejudice, the promotion of equal opportunity, and the recognition that both men and women must be empowered for humanity to achieve unity and peace. The future envisioned by the Baha'i teachings is one where women's dignity and rights are fully recognized, and where their partnership with men drives the progress of civilization and the well-being of all. Reflect on the transformative power of gender equality as a spiritual and social principle, and consider how it can inspire greater unity and justice in communities everywhere.